What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast on this regular ass Monday. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney and a returning from PTO, Dougie Fresh. Thank you to our hermano Joey P for subbing in while Dougie was on his authorized PTO. But Dougie, welcome back, man. Good to see you. This is the first time we're seeing your face for the first time in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, it's still ugly. So we're still we're tan, but we're still ugly. But no, dude, you want to talk about a nice little refresher or whatever. I felt bad for my snow plow truck guys. You know, Peter, I know you were going through it. Same thing with my crew. So I'm not gonna harp on how good of a trip it was, but it was excellent. It was nice.
You're doing a disservice to yourself, Dougie, because I always talk about my summer cookie crisp tan hides a lot of my inefficiencies. So don't sell yourself short. A tan goes a long way. You look great.
Thank you. But I got some heat pimples going on. You see those things?
Oh,
it's like too much.
Well,
too much.
Pretty soon your Jenny Jones makeover will hide the heat pimples.
The salad will help that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a nice like AFI like little Justin Bieber thing in the front.
An emo swoop.
Yes, an emo swoop. Absolutely. But no, go ahead.
I was gonna say now, Dougie, like we had Joey P filling in for you last week, and I don't know if you were aware because you were out of the country, but we had our highest ever rated BumCast. So. If we don't keep those numbers as we did last week, you just got Wally. You might get Wally pipped, man. We might have to have Joey P as a permanent, guy in here because we got over 1,000 views on the last BumCast, and that might be the Joey P effect. So you gotta pull your weight today, man.
I know, man. That's the problem, man. Like he's too positive, like the power of positivity. That's how the New Day sold their whole gimmick. Look at this guy. So when I saw it, I was like, holy crap. I just kind of like, I told you guys all my text messages are all screwed up. Like, so stuff's coming in all randomly. There's just random times, random everything. So everything's fucked. But I got off the ship and I looked right away and I looked to see, kind of like how it did and whatever. And I was like, oh, 1K. I'm like, 1K? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, who dropped hog? I'm like, somebody did something, but I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, you better whip it out by the end of the show because I'm looking at the views now and they're way lower than they were last week. So we're gonna be judging this out, not even hour by hour, minute by minute, Dougie.
Yeah, this is gonna go like the Nielsen rings, like the quarter hour ratings.
I mean, I could show you guys a few tan lines because there's a difference.
Now, how much are we giving Joey P to credit? How much are we giving the Tuesday BumCast as opposed to the Monday BumCast? Or, the combination of multiple Bears victories. Now, we don't have that today. The coffee tastes bitter this morning. The vibes are low coming off of a Packers loss. The views are going to be tough for you, Dougie. You're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Also, I didn't actually see the graphic for the show. Did you guys put a shirtless Ben Johnson?
I did. It could have been the wiener. It could have been the wiener circle thing. I put the wiener circle as the background and Ben Johnson shirtless. So
okay,
that's one thing we can only do that once. That cat's out of the bag. Yeah, take it off.
But no, dude. I honestly, it was a really fun time. Nice little getaway. Was able to surprise Maddie Fresh last minute, and we did a little parasailing, which. It's not for the weak at heart. It's not for somebody that doesn't like a little thrill seeking. It's not crazy, but it could be a little intimidating how far they take you out in the ocean. And, if it starts to dip, if you don't know how to swim.
Shark infested waters, they just start chopping at you. Like.
I saw that video. I'll tell you right now, that's not for me.
Yeah,
nope.
It's not for a lot of people. We ended up going out with 3 other people, and one person went up and they got all the way up there and they told us it's like the wrestler acts when they're injured. Go like this if
Oh,
you're done. Oh yeah.
Cross the X.
Yep. Oh yeah. This person was like this, holding on to the sides, and they're like, you just see them like this, like I'm done, and they got him back in.
No,
Maybe they were doing the
I just
like suck. Maybe
Yeah.
I said like it's not for once you're up there. There's nothing you can do. That seems like the weakest to do. Like I'm not even gonna put myself in that situation. But if I am up there, there's nothing you can do at that point. You just let it ride, baby.
Well, here's the intimidating part, and this is what I will tell you. So when you get harnessed in, basically there's like a strap that goes like underneath like the cup of your butt cheek, which is basically what you're sitting on. And the entire time you do feel like you can just like lean a little forward and slide out of that harness. You can't because it's strapped in so much. But I could see like getting up there and then feeling that and not realizing. Like I go up in bucket trucks, you put on safety equipment too. So you understand like it might not all feel safe, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be safe. At least you hope so. You hope that they're doing their checks and shit. But yeah, I mean it was fun. Maddie loved it. She wouldn't shut up.
Thrill seeker.
She wouldn't shut up. I was trying to do videos and stuff like that, and all you could hear is her just randomly talking about like, I can't wait to try shrimp tonight. Like she's talking about random shit.
Quick super chat from Gordo. He says, "No, Johnny, I'm out. Sorry,
Nice
Gordo.
Nice seeing
sorry
you,
to disappoint
Gordo.
you.
We'll see you again next week.
Yeah. Come by the 20th. He'll be there.
He complained about no Monday BumCast last week, and we've come to know Gordo pretty well nowadays. I said he'd be sleeping by 9 o'clock anyway, so you're not missing much. The guy goes to sleep earlier than my dad does.
But please send us $1.99 complaint, all you would like.
No, yeah, I'll take it. Thank you, Gordo.
Yeah.
So, any other fun stories from your trip, Dougie?
Man, dude, there are so many of them that I'm trying to like process all of them. But I will tell you one that I thought was pretty funny. So we were at the glow party, and the glow party had a little bit of a wind. We were catching a little bit of a crosswind, and just watching people with all their like fancy drinks and shit like that, with like like foams on the top and shit, dude. There was a lot of face drinks that night, so it was cool. I was just kind of like chilling off in the corner. Just chilling at the bar, just watching the glow party because I'm not really not a big dancer guy, not a big glow party. No, I don't go uns. I don't go oots. I don't do any of that. But I do go. I do that. Yeah,
gulp is the way to do it.
What about glug?
Hey. That's the second half of the show.
Yeah. If it gets us up to
if
it gets us up to 1,000 views, I'll think.
Yeah, that's true. You might have to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
Hey, also, I mean, we might as well talk a little business. What is this? We always say no free ads. This is a straight up free ad.
I'm having a bad hair day, so I figured I'd cover it up with an ass hat. So.
Oh, this is true. Dougie could have been the masked man at Survivor Series. You were gone, for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and
dude,
you've always been
skinny though.
You've always been a Paul Heyman guy, though.
I have been forever.
Connecting dots.
Since you're wearing an ass hat, we might have to talk to them about advertising with us. We might have to make them.
Yeah, we'll promote other podcasts on our podcast. if the money's right. I'm having Beefloaf on Wednesday. I'm gonna promote Festivus show on Thursday. We might as well do it for all White Sox Twitter podcasts.
just throw us some money. We'll shamelessly plug your show on our show. Got no problem with that.
That would be hilarious. You just start running ads for other shows.
Guys, I had a bad Monday morning. As you guys are aware, I recently started my new job a couple months ago, and it's fully remote, and all my bosses are remote as well, and my boss lives in Green Bay.
Oh shit!
And my director lives in Milwaukee.
Oh, you gotta quit.
And I get on my morning call with my boss, our daily huddle, and he's like, how was your weekend? I'm like, oh, it was fine. How was yours? He's like, oh, I was at Lambeau Field yesterday, and I'm like, That's nice. So I had to hear it from multiple superiors that are Packers fans today, and I can't do shit. I can't do shit.
You can't do shit for another 2 weeks. Next, in 2 weeks, Monday in 2 weeks, I want you to give it back to them. I don't care if they're your superiors. In work, yeah, they're above you. In the football fandom landscape, it's an even playing field. So I want you to give them shit in 2 weeks because we all have that.
I also don't need my PTO getting revoked at that time as well and telling me to come back to work.
It's worth it if it means talking shit to Packers fans.
Here's the play. The play is since it's a Saturday game, you reach out to them on a Sunday because it's not technically a work day, and you'd be like, "Hey, I got a quick question before tomorrow." And then when they get back on to you, and they're like, "Hey, suck it." It's Sunday.
Tell your boss to suck
and then I get fired, and I'm unemployed again. Yeah, and so then I had to deal with that all morning, and then in the afternoon, I hop on a call with one of our consultants, and hey, how you doing, man? Oh, good. I was at the Packers game. I said, he lives in Green Bay too. So I had to fucking deal with the consultant who's also in Green Bay. I am surrounded by fucking Packers fans at my job.
Working for Mars Cheese Castle? Where are you working nowadays?
Ironically, my office is in the same complex as Hallis Hall. Like I am literally 5 minutes away. It's on the same road. And I can just go up, during my lunch break if I wanted to, and go see if Ben Johnson's there. Maybe not going to be like, hey, come on. But I'm literally in the same complexes as Hallis Hall. So, yeah. But I'm surrounded by all fucking Packers fans at my job, man. From Green Bay, Milwaukee. It's nightmare. It's nightmare fuel, especially this morning. Yeah. So, yes, I feel like we do need to get it back in 2 weeks, which we will. Mm-hmm. But also I have to figure out what the proper level of trash talk is then, because, it is my boss and he does have to assign me work. So, maybe he's vindictive then that we stomped him in 2 weeks. So do I might deal with some repercussions here. As a Bears
you deal with those. You deal with those when the time comes. I think you got to put your foot down and show them that you are. I mean, we're talking. We have a Bears podcast. You have a reputation to uphold.
Also, don't forget that's going to be on the 20th. That is the week of Christmas. You can always blame it on Christmas drunk. That's the week
too
of
many
Christmas.
stouts.
Yes, the week of Christmas is Christmas drunk. Like you can say whatever you want.
That's true. I just then I have to deal with it when I go back to work after the new year. So
don't forget about it then. When they're out of the playoffs.
So speaking of which, Dougie, the one thing I have to ask you though is, you texted us yesterday. You never had a doubt. The doubts are there now. How are you gonna rectify this?
We're on to Cleveland.
Yeah, that's how you got to approach things.
We're on to Cleveland. There were some slight technical difficulties in the programming, but there's no doubts about Cleveland. I'll tell you that.
Okay, never. He's calling his shot right now. Never a doubt for Cleveland.
Never a doubt for Cleveland.
But there was a doubt yesterday.
There, you know what? There wasn't doubts. It was just defeat. That's all it was. It happened so sudden that it wasn't enough time for me to doubt it. It went from no doubts to done. So it was
That'll happen. Well, all right, we're gonna talk some Bears here in a few minutes, but we got a big announcement.
We're gonna get
another
back.
watch party. We're running it back. You know what? We felt like we couldn't leave the people hanging. They were asking if we were going to do another watch party. So our friends at Remova reached out, said, "Hey, we're going to do this. You want to get on board?" And we said, "Absolutely." So, not Sunday, Peter.
Yeah,
not Sunday.
Oh yeah, they refixed that. It's Saturday.
Yeah,
you guys know when the graphic is.
There we go. I got the right one here. Yeah. So this is different. We're not doing it in the loft. We're doing it in the big room, the big theater, big screen. we get to watch the Bears beat the Packers on a 2-story foot screen. It's gonna be great. So it is a $10 ticketed event, but you do get a free beer. Yeah. So think of it as an entry fee for a beer, right? You're walking in your mandatory 1 drink, but $10 ticket, get a free beer. $4 drafts all night, $9 cocktails. It's great. That's a great price. $4 drafts is awesome. Kitchen's going to be open. Kitchen's going to be open, so you get the food. But this is going to be a great time with Bears fans. And you know what? If you have a family party, Christmas party, something planned, bring them with.
Yeah. Dude, we understand it's close to the holidays. People have things planned. Bring the family. Bears versus Packers is more important than Santa Claus. I'll be honest right now. We're like, we need to get that win back. Bring the family. Bring your white elephant gifts. Bring your secret Santa. You guys could open gifts while Caleb, William, and the boys whoop on that ass. We got to get our get back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I actually have a family Christmas party that day. I'm leaving early to go do this. So I'm sacrificing. This is how much of a team player I am for our Bears. That I am shunning family Christmas for
now.
You all.
No, I will give you credit. Well, you are leaving family. I will say it's different, and maybe it's not. You know what? I'm sick. I'm gonna leave.
So yes, we tweeted this out. You can get the ticket link is right there. Get your tickets, ASAP for this. It's on Ramova's page, on just anywhere you can go. So Instagrams, Twitters, find it, get your tickets. It's gonna be awesome. Let's pack this house. Let's show Bears fans and Bears Nation that we can do another great watch party at a theater, and let's have a great time getting this W. I know the Bears are in town. It is a home game, but you're not paying $500 to go to that game anyway. So,
right, and you'll be nice and warm.
$10.
You'll be nice and warm on the inside, and like I said, I mean, these watch parties have been growing and growing and growing. As much as I love that room upstairs, we're kind of outgrowing it. And it's just going to be a good time for us to break in the new digs. And what better way than against the Packers?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Before we get to some Bears, let's play a quick ad. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bump sent you. All right, gents, let's get to some Bears talk here, because we are, for the first time in 5 weeks, we are not celebrating a victory Monday or victory Saturday. So it is disappointing, but I will say though that unlike other, Peter, you named this title, the pod, No Moral Victory. I will say though, unlike other seasons and other losses against the Packers, this one didn't upset me as much. I was more disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. Because I felt like we played well enough to win that game, even though it was a bad, first half and second half adjustments. Yay, all that good stuff. So, but the one thing I want to start at is because it obviously was getting a lot of discourse on the socials yesterday, was the end of the game, the 4th and 1 call. Was it the right call? Wasn't, there's people on different sides of the fence of it.
You didn't like it.
I did not like it. We've talked about Ben Johnson and, his accountability. And, today he was in the press post conference today in the media, he was still adamant that it was the right call. And now that's obviously, he does take accountability when he admits when he was wrong. Mm-hmm. I will say though, from my standpoint, that I think it was the wrong decision because I get he didn't want the Packers to get the ball back. I get that he was going to take the 2-point conversion, walk it off, awesome. Out of that 2-minute warning, clock's running down. You're still at, I believe that the 15, 17 yard line. They were in the red zone, but they weren't, go to go with that. And when they had the 2 timeouts, and when you're, obviously they didn't get what they wanted on the third and short, with Monangai, they got stopped. From my perspective, I would have run it again, and go for with the 2 timeouts in your pocket. You get the yard, you get the first down. Now I know there's people saying that the play wasn't executed correctly, that they ran, and we can talk about that all as well. I think from my perspective, yes, I would have went for the 4th and 1. You're already gashing them for 4.5 yards a carry, in the second half. Like, they were just absolutely just playing bully ball again with the Packers on the run, even though they didn't throw it, even though they didn't run it as much as they probably should have. But at one point, the Packers defense was getting winded. I think, if you don't take that much time off the clock and you kind of just like hurry up, you didn't get it, you hurry up, you try to run it again, you get the first, you call timeout, then you have 4 more chances to maybe do a quick out, 5 yards, 6 yards, get it closer, stop the clock. And or you run it up, you run it again, got an extra timeout, what you need, and then you can take your shot to the end zone. I don't know. Like I said, personally, I think it was the wrong move, just going for the 4th and 1, rolling out to the left. Caleb does so much better rolling out to the right. There was a talk, could he have scrambled for the first and got it? Could he have got DJ Moore? Cole Kmet was open earlier. And I think it was just the play didn't work. It got blown up. He got the interception. And in that instance, it was the wrong call. Ben Johnson doesn't tends to say that it still was the right call, but I would have. I'm a 4th and 1, run it. They were running well all game.
They ran it on 3rd and 1 and they didn't get it. So what's to say they were going to get it on 1st and 1? Because they tried it once and they didn't get it. I think it's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. In hindsight, yeah, obviously it was the wrong call because they lost the game. But the concept of that play was very similar to the exact same concept they ran for a touchdown against the Eagles on Friday. Like that it was a very similar play. I don't think the play call was wrong. The execution was wrong. I don't think he would have ran it. He had 4 people barreling down at him. I don't think he could have ran for the first down. I also don't think DJ Moore is as open as a lot of people thought he was. I think a million people broke down that play all morning long, and you could see the all 22, and you could see it from a couple of different plays. Yes, he was open, but DJ Moore was open really late, and it was a really tight window. And by that time, like, that ball should have been thrown to Cole Kmet 3 steps earlier. That's the only thing. If you get that ball out early, Cole Kmet's wide open. It's a walk-in touchdown. It sucked. Yeah, like, they could have ran it, but there's no. They were gashing the Packers, but Monangai got stopped on the 3rd and 1. So you can't say like, oh, they should have ran it. They did run it, and they got stopped on it.
Well, but that's my point, though, is that they wasted so much time.
Yeah, I agree.
With the play, if they came out of that 2-minute warning and ran it instead of taking 40 seconds off the clock and letting the Packers regroup, you get up to the line, you run it right away. I think that better chance than not of them getting that 3rd and 1, as opposed to letting the defense regroup and catch its breath.
So the way that I'm going to say it is, I didn't agree with the play, but I don't think it was the wrong play. Like I said, Cole Kmet was obviously open for a small window. It looks like a much larger window for us, but like it happens like that. You got to call a spade a spade. This one's on Caleb. Caleb waited too long, threw the ball way too late on that one, and it got picked off. That is what it is. And that's where you're going to have that give and take between Ben Johnson taking the heat for doing something wrong, and Caleb's going to have to take the heat for doing something wrong. He did something wrong, and that's the way it ended. It's not the way that I would have loved it to see it end. In my opinion, I would much rather see them get stuffed on a play and have the ball get turned over on downs than have it get intercepted. Intercepting hurts so much more, especially in the end zone. And then especially with it being on Caleb's head then. You know what I'm saying? Like that is more demoralizing to me. So where I don't agree with the play, I think the play was called correctly because he was open. They did have their shot. They had their window. They missed their window, and that's it.
Yeah. And it's also like we talked about this in the beginning of the season where it's like it takes, 60 minutes and all three phases of the game to win the game. We can nitpick this play as much as we want. Mm-hmm. They didn't show up for 30 minutes of that game. The first half, like you put yourself in that position because you were chasing points basically the whole game. It's like if you guys show up for 60 minutes and do what you did in the second half in the first half, then we're not blaming Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and the lack of pass rush and Cairo Santos and all the things that I have a notebook full of things that we can be blaming on. Like if you show up for 60 minutes, you win the game. But the good thing is they shown it on last Friday against the Eagles, and now they showed it again against the Packers. We did title this "No More Victories," but the Bears could hang with people now. That's what we were worried about. I mean, they've been beating up the Spencer Rattlers of the world and all these like different, backup quarterbacks and under 500 teams. But when they showed up against the Eagles, and they really did have a chance to win against the Packers, like I think going forward now, these next 4 games, they're all must win, but I think they can win all 4 of them. I'm not saying they're going to, but there is a shot now. Dougie, you mentioned it. You're on don't overlook Cleveland because you gotta walk before you gotta crawl before you can walk. You gotta beat Cleveland before you even talk about, a celebration at the Romovo when the Bears beat the Packers. You gotta handle business against Cleveland. But I think they can hang with anybody now. That's what they've shown with these last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Like 3 points in the first half, like that's the lowest output in, for Ben Johnson. So the team. So like, yeah, like, you don't get that penalty in the first quarter that takes you out of field goal rate. The holding, you don't get, you get the field goal. That's extra points. You got some momentum. Especially coming off of the interception, so yeah, people were saying that it was bad play calling on Ben Johnson in the first half. They should have called more runs. There was it was much more pass heavy when the Green Bay pass rush was just in Caleb's face, like the entire first half. And then you can see like when they started running, defense started getting winded. They started getting more chunk yards out of that in the second half. Kudos to Ben Johnson, though, for the second half adjustments, though, because they came out with like a completely different team on that. But the first couple drives were just it was hard to watch. It gave very like just Eberflus style, offenses from years past, and even before Caleb. So I know they're going to correct that. It sucks that the Bears have to go Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons 3 weeks in a row. But for the most part, though, they contained Parsons. Like, yeah, he got pressures. Darnell Wright did a, pretty okay, I would say pretty good job, against Parsons. He didn't get any sacks on Caleb. But he did cause enough pressure, though, for the other guys to disrupt and make him, throw the ball away, or airmail it, just given the typical Caleb accuracy issues. But yeah, it's you're right, Peter, if you throw a touchdown in the first half, get that field goal, we're not having to worry about this 4th and 1 play. Now the Packers are going to be on their heels because, going for 2, Ben Johnson, walk it up. I love it. He's not going to play for overtime and risk it. He's going to just, say, fuck you, I'm going for the win. My other, gripe too was like, and I didn't think about this at the time, but I heard, listening to, Carmen and Yurko this morning, and, like they brought it up on there, was that if you don't get, if you try to walk it off and you don't get the 2-point conversion, well, that's it, game's over. But and I get you don't want to leave time on the clock for Jordan Love, but at least you would have at that point have a chance for an onside kick if you don't get the 2-point conversion. So I mean, because like at that point you don't get it. You're just saying, okay, well that's it, game's over. You're not even going to give yourself a chance to win. So that's why I just kind of had a little, criticism for how he managed the clock after the 2 minutes, even though he said that's what he wanted to do.
No, yeah, I think you go for 2 there. I think, but I think I think that's the right decision, especially on the road at a tough place like Green Bay. Yeah, like at that point, if you don't get the 2-point conversion, the onside kick, like nobody recovers onside kicks nowadays. It doesn't matter anymore.
In Cincinnati,
but I do think, I mean, Yumper makes a great point. It's the Bears are the first team to score 20 and more than 300 yards of offense on Lambeau this year. That Packers defense is legit, man. That Packers defense is like top 5 in like every statistical category. So yeah, maybe it did take them a little while to figure it out. But like we mentioned, right? Like they started off with 2 drives that were stalled out because of penalties. And they've been better with penalties of late, but they reared their ugly heads there. And then on the 3rd drive, they finally get a first down on their 3rd drive, and then that one stalls out. It's like you just got to be a little bit better in the first half, and then things are a little different. Yeah.
But four penalties for only 17 yards yesterday, so really good on the penalties.
Just costly.
Just timely. But but has been much worse in the past, to say the least. So yeah. Good.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, to kind of like echo what Peter was saying, Green Bay's defensive line is doing this to everybody. Yeah. I mean, they're doing it to everybody. So it isn't really an indictment on our offensive line. In my opinion, I do believe that they held their own. They did pretty great yesterday. But yeah, you got over 300 yards or whatever. What they have going into the half, like 55 or something.
Yeah, it was a second half game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I know that we've said this a million times already today, but like, man, you got the turnover on point. You get the turnover deep in their territory. If you can just get a couple points out of that, you're golden. It was just something, But I don't know, man. We just gotta wash it.
I had listening to this radio this morning too. They had a caller. He made an interesting comment, and I kind of want to go back and watch the game now to see if it's actually true or not. But he said that he watched Luther Burden, and every time there was a run play, he had his mouth guard out, hanging, and every time it was a pass play, he had it in.
That's interesting.
And Carmen was like, he's like, do you play poker? Do you know how to read people's tells and everything? And he's like, man, I didn't notice that. He's like, I go back and watch it. And I'm like, if that guy noticed it, what do you think the Packers on the sideline or no? The DBs are saying, hey, he's got his mouth guard out. He's tipping his pitches, right? So
yeah, if it ain't the DBs, it's going to be a coaches. They got guys on the sidelines that look for shit like that all the time. It's just like in baseball, they got guys that just hang around that know how to steal signs, the right way, not the Houston way.
Not the trash can way.
I do think though, now shout out that guy for noticing it. I'm glad he brought it up because they're going to address it at Hallis Hall, and I do think maybe that's just a rookie mistake. But I thought Luther Burden had played a great game. I know Sam was in the comments says, remember Rome didn't play. I think that has a lot to do with the slow start too, right? Like you got your number 1 receiver out, and you still have enough weapons to do damage against the Packers. But I think that could have hampered, the slow start in the first half. I thought Luther Burden played well. I think DJ Moore is a ghost.
Yeah, you think he's checked out?
He's a shell of his former self. So I watched a couple of like the Monday morning breakdowns and stuff like that. Luther Burden's route running is so good right now to where there was a couple plays where he just makes defensive backs look silly. And then like DJ Moore, for some, I don't know if like he's just checked out. Like everyone's always talked about like the lack of cohesion with Caleb Williams. Something's off there, man, because it's like And again, I don't want to be the body language guy, but you could tell that fucking DJ Moore ain't having fun playing football.
He might not be. And to be honest, Bears don't have much salary cap. If they traded him in the offseason, it wouldn't be the worst thing that happened. To be honest with you, it could help free up some cap space because he got the extension. He's got a pretty big cap hit. I think it's like some 20-something million next year. I've got to look it up real quick. But yeah, no, you're right. The last few games, he just has not been there. 1 of 3 targets. Luther Burden is the future. Now you get past that rookie wall, you clean up the tell, so you don't know. Maybe
put your mouth guard in.
You put your mouth guard in so you don't get stopped on 3rd and 1. And then hey, mouth guards in. They're gonna pass it on 4th and 1.
Coach, it's out again.
Yeah, shit. I want to go back and watch that game because I want to see if that actually is true. That's going to be very interesting. So one thing, yes, you mentioned, Rome wasn't playing. Big shock at the beginning of the game was Kyler Gordon, got injured in his in the warmups. He hurt his groin. Jalen Johnson was in and out of the game, so he wasn't at full strength. And I said it before a few weeks ago on the pod. Kyler Gordon, give him the biggest fucking extension because that defense is so much different when he is playing and on the field than when he isn't. And you saw yesterday we were all in our group chat bitching about it. No one picked up that blitz. The Bears had a serious issue with blitzes yesterday, and Jordan Love just picked them apart for touchdowns on blitzes because you didn't have Kevin Byard got burned, didn't read the cover. CJ Gardner he got burned on the cover. And I think if Gordon's playing that game, I don't think maybe one of those touchdowns doesn't happen if Gordon is in.
Having Christian Watson one-on-one against Kevin Byard is bad news. I hated that from the beginning. And Johnny was in our group test and we were going back and forth about how the blitz just wasn't working. And Dennis Allen kept calling that motherfucker. They weren't getting home with 4, so they started sending 5. They started sending 6. I think at one point there was 7 guys blitzing, and you're leaving safeties one-on-one with one of the fastest receivers in the league. That's a recipe for the disaster if you don't get home, and they weren't. I heard ESPN radio talking about you're damned if you do, damned if you don't with the blitzing, right? Because they're just not getting home with 4 guys. Montez Sweat had another sack, but that was a coverage sack. He was basically again a ghost most of the game, and they're just not getting enough pressure with the 4 guys. That's something we know is an issue, and it's probably it won't be addressed until this offseason. You're gonna have, if you're not sacking the quarterback, you're gonna have a tough time, especially against these tougher teams, the Packers of the world, the Lions of the world, the 49ers of the world. You got 3 tough ass games, and if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback with 4, those teams know how to pick you apart. And Christian Love, credit to Christian. You know what? No credit to Christian Love. I don't want to give him
Christian
credit.
Love. You mean Christian Watson?
Jordan Love. I got the Benadryl in my head. It just I'm more drunk than my normal whiskey. He was throwing up these fucking moon balls, and everyone was catching them. It drives me nuts. It's he can't be getting away with this. He throws these freaking moon balls straight up into the sky, and somehow every time it's a fucking Packers catching it. It's he should be, and he does. He has a propensity. We talked about this in the Packers preview last week. I said he has a propensity to throwing the ball away, and he did in the first half. He threw an interception. But yeah, man, he was just picking up those. It was 4 huge plays, right? One of them was the Christian one, 41. The Bo Mountain 45-yard just bomb. Yep. It's fuck, man.
I was like, who the fuck is that guy? They got receiver I've never heard of scoring. Off.
They did. They did though. And then the other it just. I want to give credit to all of the secondary because they pick the ball off and the Bears are feasting on turnovers and but they also give up a shit ton of big plays. And that's where it's you're damned. We talked about this. If you're not causing turnovers, this team like gets picked apart pretty easily. And it's like, fuck, man. It's like we got some tough ass teams. They better figure it out quick.
Yeah. We were talking about it at the bar. Like those passes, they look like punts. They look like punts because they were just hanging up in the air for so long. It's like, man, you're just waiting for the camera to get in view and hoping that a Bears player swoops in and, but when you're throwing it like that, it's one-on-one and they're fucked.
Yeah, it's definitely the pressure up front needs to. We've been screaming this for the better part of the season now that pass rush needs to be addressed in the offseason. I said to you guys, I think it was a mistake that Poles didn't at least try to trade for someone to come in. I mean, he got Gardner, but we could have used help on the line, obviously. And yes, Austin Booker has been playing better, but again, that's you look at what the Packers line does and then what the Bears did. The pressure was non-existent. They, in that entire game, the Bears had like two tackles for a loss, and only the one sack. Like, you get the pressure on it that makes Jordan Love, become a little more erratic. But like when you can't even sack him, sending 7 people, and you got your best corner, your best safety out, and your best corner is in and out. That's a recipe for disaster. And hopefully his groin injury, Kyler Gordon's groin injury, isn't serious. That he can play against Cleveland next week and he can be back, or even be back in time for the Packers, but on the 20th. But yeah, Dennis Allen needs to figure out how to. We said this when they brought him on board, that he's very blitz heavy. He likes to get exotic with his blitzes. You got to have the right personnel who can cover it in secondary. Then if you're gonna get 7, and you're not gonna sack anyone, because for the first time the Packers receiving core was in full strength. They got Jaden Reed back. Christian Watson obviously got the speed. So being man down, we said it. Stop blitzing. Just stop fucking blitzing at that point, because it's obviously just burning you for multiple scores. And the Bears have kept digging themselves in the hole. They got the awesome touchdown pass to Zacchaeus.
Yep.
And then immediately, was it 4 plays later?
Yep.
5 plays later, boom. Packers back up.
They also don't tackle people. I mean, that Josh Jacob run where he just burned you. That should have been a 4-yard loss. Like, you had 4 guys circling him at the line of scrimmage, and one of them was Jalen Johnson, arm tackle, and there's a couple other people involved. It's like, just fucking, lay a body onto him to bring him to the ground. You don't, you're not in this situation.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he was because he was in and out for the game. Maybe he didn't want to get physical and injure himself. But if that's the case, then don't be in the game. If you can't tackle someone, if you're just trying to push him or, lollygag an arm wave tackle on him, then don't be in the game, because that hurt us more than it probably did him if he actually made a tackle. So he got down they were down at the 5-yard line at that point. So yeah, Jalen Johnson, I hope he's back ready for next week, because you can't have that piss poor tackling. Tackle someone.
Or, sit him a week and be ready for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I know we just said, you got to beat Cleveland before we get to the Packers. But, if you're not healthy and you're not, at 100%, maybe you get somebody else involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. if you're gonna rest some people on the defense, I guess Cleveland's the best time to do it. Because their offense ain't doing shit. So
they look better now with Shador. They're putting up points, but I do think that X's and O's, man to man, coach to coach, the Bears are a better team. You should be able to beat them.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Real quick, going back to the 4th and 1 play, there was a lot of talk too that Cole, even though Caleb threw the ball, short, that Cole Kmet should have come back towards the ball and made a play on it. What's your thoughts on?
I saw a bunch of people. I think Yurko was one of the guys saying like he could have made a better play. You're open as a receiver, and this is me. I've never fucking played professional or any sort of football, but like as a receiver, you're taught to run away from fucking like he's open. You're running opposite of where the defender is.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be impossible for like that ball was underthrown by like 5 yards, man. Like it wasn't even like a 50-50. If it was an honest jump ball, yes, I agree. Maybe he's got to put in a better effort. It was a bad throw. I would like to shit on Cole Kmet. I am the guy that shits on Cole Kmet of the group. There's nothing he can do on that play. Like that ball was severely underthrown.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, he's got to run his route, because if he doesn't run his route and he starts predicting that he's not gonna have enough mustard on that thing to get it to him, then he's gonna start doing that every play. And then when he does actually start getting the mustard on it, then he won't be in his position. So he's got to run his route. It's 100% on Caleb, like I said earlier. There's nothing you can do. I mean, they had the stat out there. He's like the worst quarterback in the league, like starting quarterback in the league, whenever he has to scramble and throw at the same time. Whenever he has to scramble and throw at the same time, I forgot what his percentage is, like 23% or something like that.
I can't imagine that's accurate. Maybe scrambling to his left.
It just said scrambling in general.
Because he's been really good at scrambling to the right side. And
Yeah.
I think you saw Ben Johnson did more designed, out, like runs, on the edge to get him out. Because he made some great throws on the run to his right. So, I think that was more by design. I'm looking right now at the Bears salary cap for next year. DJ Moore's got a $28.5 million cap hit.
That hurts.
Jesus.
Yeah. So if they released him, they would have to trade him because it's $35 million dead cap. The way his contract structured is. Not
I mean, did they just sign? It's when they gave him the extension last season, right?
Yeah, they did. So, maybe he's a trade candidate, but it's going to be at least 2 years on the Bears at this rate. So, or at least another season probably. If you release him in 27, it's a $8 million dead cap hit. But yeah, trade him.
I am shocked it's taken us this long because we're 49 minutes into the show. We've already, somewhat blamed Ben Johnson and the play calling. We blame Caleb Williams for the severe underthrow, the lack of pass rush, and the defense in general. What the fuck is Cairo Santos doing, man? And now, like we're not even kicking the ball off correctly, because that was a brutal penalty when he just kicks the ball. And it gives the Packers a short field position. That was like a free touchdown.
I went and took a piss and came back and had no idea what was going on. I had to rely on Mary to try and describe to me what went south on this whole thing. And then I'm trying to talk to another guy at the bar who is less educated than Mary at football. It was a brutal find out. I had to find out from ESPN that it was Cairo with a squib kick.
It was... Yeah, I mean, it was the worst kickoff of all time. Like he just fucking toe balled. He like a toe bash, like when like a 5-year-old kindergarten like AYSO soccer. It was just like a dribbler. I'm like, what the fuck? They called him a flag, and I'm like, yeah, that field position was brutal, man. That was like, of all the penalties that we talked about, stalling drives, that was the worst one of them all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he got the extension, so he's not going anywhere for a while either. Yeah. Bad moves by Poles on that one. So yeah, I'll be interested to see if DJ Moore, like going back to it, is a trade candidate. I think the way his performance is, I don't know if you can justify.
Who's going to want to trade for that $28 million contract?
Yeah, for -4 yards on one. I mean, I will. In his defense, though, that play was a bad call from the start. It was the wrong decision at the time to do the the double end around, and he got blown up and behind the line of scrimmage. Ben Jensen tried to get some of his trickery in there, and Packers didn't really bite on it. So I think LaFleur has seen enough of it from him in Detroit.
I feel like it's about once a game that DJ Moore has like some kind of design run play that just does nothing. Like it just gets blown the hell up every game.
Yeah. It's better than the million screen passes that we used to see off the Bears, though.
True.
Screen passes to Luther Burden are kind of working, though. He should be. I kind of like the Luther Burden screen pass. If we're,
Luther Burden keeps his mouth guard out, screen pass, take it to the house.
I like it.
Get the box stack. All right. Any other Bears notes before we move on here to some headlines? I mean, obviously we're thinking the Bears are going to beat the Browns next weekend, and then
Well, I saw a comment, and I can't scroll all the way up to see it, but I did see that like there is a possibility the Bears win 11 games and miss the playoffs, and I got the playoff picture. Scenario. They were in first after and before the Packers game. Now they were dropped to 7th. That could all switch again if you beat the Browns and beat the Packers. But this NFC playoff picture is fucking crazy, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think if you told me before the beginning of the season the Bears won 11 games, that's it. I'm in. We all predicted them to at best be like 9-8.
Yeah.
So like, you're telling me they won 11 games? Awesome. But if you told me they won 11 games and didn't make the playoffs, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? And that's a real possibility.
Yeah. I mean, that's why like this game was so important, because you went from 1st to 7th, and now, you still got the tough opponent with San Francisco. You still got to beat the Packers at home. And you still got who's the other one?
So it's the Lions. You end the season with the Lions. So I will say, since we've started this podcast, and for the better part of 7 years, Bears football in December has been irrelevant. Like it didn't fucking matter. We're caring about draft picks and stuff like that. So it kind of feels nice that like each one of these games, now the Packers and the Browns and the Packers again and the 49ers and the Lions, those all feel like playoff games. Those are playoff type atmospheres. So that's nice. Like it's nice to not have, or like it's nice to care about your football team in December. But can they win 3 out of the next 4? Because 12 gets you in. 12 gets you in for sure.
I think they can. I think
Browns, Packers, San Fran, or Browns, Packers, Lions.
Yeah, I think San Fran in San Fran is going to be a tough game.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's now. I will say that the San Fran.
Don't put that out there, Chirizi. What the fuck? We just talking about this. Yes, it would be very much a Bears thing for them to lose to the Browns. We're not getting to that point.
Yeah. I will say the Niners defense is all beat the shit, right? Mm-hmm. And so you got McCaffrey, I think, is taking a step back from the beginning as he was in the beginning of the season. But he's still a lethal threat. But because that's basically their only offense is McCaffrey at this point. So, but it's still a tough team. It's still a very tough team to win.
Team. Yeah, they're a very good team.
Yeah, so I think you have to win 3 out of the 4. I think it is. If you split, you better hope you get some help against the Lions. And I said it before, and I'll say it again, that the fucking tie boosting up the Packers win percentage is bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's a complete, utter fucking bullshit. That ties should, drag your winning percentage down, not,
tie should count as losses.
Yes, they should. And it's so stupid that they have a better winning percentage than us because of a fucking tie.
Yeah, you couldn't figure out a way to win.
Bum of the week math.
Yeah, who thought of math?
Yeah. No, like you were saying or whatever. It's it's awesome the feeling that we're having right now. You remember how excited we used to get when they would give us the like little charity, the Bears are in the hunt, and we would all like post a graphic and like look at, they put our team in the hunt, like now. Yeah. I think that they can go into San Francisco and win that game because fuck Luna.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That's pretty much it.
But yes, we got to worry about Shedeur Sanders and the goddamn Browns first.
Right.
And more importantly, Myles Garrett and how you're going to fucking stop him. Because that guy is a man possessed right now.
He is. Yeah. That guy needs to be on a good team. He really does.
He is so impressive the way I don't know why. I know why. It's because I watch a lot of AFC North football too because of Julie. Mm-hmm. He's got this jump move where I've never seen a pass rusher do. He's so athletic that he just like he goes one way and then like in one step, like covers like 4 yards this way, and like offensive linemen just don't know where he went. It's like it's one of the just like it after this show. Don't leave now, but after this show, just like YouTube search Myles Garrett jump move. It's like the freakiest thing ever. It's just like he's here and then one step, boom, he's at the quarterback. Impressive
athleticism, man.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's get to a couple headlines here.
We're talking baseball in December too. We're talking Bears football and baseball in December. Look at us.
Yeah. Tomorrow is the MLB draft lottery. The White Sox last year, because of stupid MLB rules, had worst record in baseball and could not have the chance for the first overall pick. But we got the chance this year, baby, because Colorado, they can't be in it this year. They're draft ineligible.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Sucks to suck. So Sox have the best percentage of getting the first overall pick at 27.73%. I like it. Minnesota right behind it's at 22.18. I am going to be pissed off if somehow Minnesota gets the first overall pick. But is that in baseball though? Is it really, kind of like a sure thing that when you get the number 1 overall pick that it's going to be
all the sports? This is like, I think you want to be top 2 from everything I know about this draft, but like top 3, like this is not like NBA or even NFL where it's like this is much more of a crapshoot. That being said, I saw a lot of Twins fans talking about like it would be karma for the Twins to jump the White Sox for us basically cucking them out of Big Daddy Ishbia. Where I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I'd much rather have Big Daddy Ishbia than whatever number 1 draft pick this is.
All right, we got Treasy. This number 1 pick is a big deal.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll give him a free ad. 108 podcast on Thursday though. If the Sox get number 1 pick, tune in for their analysis. For their number 1
I'm
pick.
the one hopped up on drugs right now. What's going on with you?
My brain just broken. But yeah, so Sox couldn't get it last year. They can get it this year. Colorado can't participate in the 3rd straight lottery, so they're out of it this year. And the Nationals also lottery ineligible. So I'm ready. This is it. It's made for us, guys. This is a little better.
No, bad. You're bringing your hopes up too much on this, Jay.
Am I?
That always seems like a recipe for disaster. I will say, like, I know a lot of people are gassed up about it. The hot stove is in full force. I know, the Sox machine guys are in the at the winter meetings, and Sean W. Anderson is doing like a watch party for the draft lottery. So he's gonna be like broadcasting live as like the ping pong balls or frozen envelopes. I don't even know how they do it, whatever they do. But yeah, I guess this would have been a better headline next week when we find out what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. But
where do you guys think they're going to fall? Do you think you're going to, I mean, obviously it's a pretty good chance 1 through 3, but then always other than that, what do you think is going to happen?
I think this is MLB rewarding Ishbia with the number 1 pick.
Before he even gets there.
Yeah. They're gonna reward Ishbia for getting a plan to get Jerry out of baseball.
Nah, what they got to do. Yeah, Ishbia's got to drop a couple.
Thank
under
you,
the
Justin.
table.
You got this. You got the plan in place to get Jerry out of MLB. We
Here's the
will
number
give
one
you
pick.
we will give you the number one pick as a thank you.
But I think the MLB likes Jerry. It's the players union that hates Jerry.
Yeah, I think they're sick of his shit too.
Yeah, I think a lot of the newer blood is to get that.
He's part of the old guard.
Yeah, get that old fuck out of here. Especially when he's going to be part of the strike again or the lockout.
So I'm going to go Pittsburgh 1, Sox 2, Twins 3. I think that's how
I feel like the Pirates get the number one pick every goddamn year. How does that?
Yeah.
No,
I just feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I saw White Sox Dave talking about how like they should reward, and I've talked about this like on all like for all sports, like where it should be like the reverse draft, so where it's like you shouldn't be rewarding the worst teams. You should be rewarding the like first team out of the playoffs to get better, stuff like that. So
like teams on the cusp.
Yeah, teams on the cusp.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Next headline was supposed to be for our hermano Joey P. He's a basketball guy. It was Giannis at his camp contacted the Bulls about a possible trade, but Chicago shut it down. And I know the NBA trade rumors are going around crazy too. But I got nothing on this. You guys can talk about
it. Yeah. So this was Lou Canellis. Obviously, he's Bears guy, but he's still a Chicago guy. But he had that report. And I have to say, if this report is true, this is a fireable offense for AK in the front office. Like
they just extended him.
That's the thing. Like all these extensions for being bad. Like I don't know at what point do you think that like you don't want Giannis on your team? And I get like maybe he's got some of the injury history, but like. He's still better than anything the Bulls are putting out in this court fucking on a weekly basis. This brings me back fucking 15 years ago or 20 years ago, whatever it was, when they didn't want to trade for Kobe Bryant because we wanted Luol Deng on our team. That just gives me like PTSD about this again. Like, yeah, you can like your own core, but he's a fucking all-star, man. Like, you need all-stars in this game, in this league to win fucking games. And the Bulls don't win fucking shit anymore. So I don't get why they would want to turn it down. I mean, okay, maybe you don't want to throw 4 or 5 first-round picks for it. I get that. But to shut it down in its entirety seems a bit of mismanagement and fireable offense.
Joey P says trade everyone for him, but not AD.
I'm okay with that because Anthony Davis is probably a worse pariah than Giannis would ever be. So, but
Giannis,
I heard Greektown was absolutely devastated when this news came out. Secondly, I know of him. Is he that ripped, or is this like AI?
Good question. Could be AI.
Because this guy, he looks like DK Metcalf. Like, how's he getting up and down the court?
He has like since he started in the league to now, he has like gained a substantial amount of muscle. I know that much. But yeah, like when's the last time the Bulls had a legitimate superstar? Jimmy Butler?
Yeah. And then they forced him out of town.
Yeah.
Because God forbid you don't want Jimmy Butler. Joey P says he's ripped. All right. Take it. So yeah, AK, fuck off, man. Get new management in this town. All right, next up we got some food talk here. The Grinch meal.
This is specifically for you, Jay. The Grinch meal is hot in the streets. McDonald's came out with like basically an adult Happy Meal that sold out nationwide in like a day or two. It comes with your pick of 10 nuggets or a Big Mac, fries, Coke, a pair of socks, Grinch socks. But what stood out to me, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about it, Grinch seasoning, which is basically dill pickle seasoning for the fries. And I'm like, we got to get my man to try this. You're the pickle guy of the group. Unfortunately, it's sold out everywhere. I'm gonna go get a bar. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I would be all in. I heard I saw our boy Praz put a tweet out that he said they make you put on the salt himself, and he was upset that he had to salt his own fries. And I'm like, all right, grow up, dude. Fucking millennials, Gen Zs. I would honestly, I might just take the pickle seasoning and throw it on the burger or nuggets. Fuck the fries.
Fuck that. Just lime it, hit it for your rim for your Bloody Mary.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary tried going today to get it sold out. So
really?
Yeah, she tried. They got the boxes. That's about it. They ain't got nothing else. But
yellow socks. Damn.
But pretty much that's all it really is, right? It like there's nothing else special. It's just pickle salt, right?
Yeah, I mean, does Trader Joe's or some, Whole Foods have pickle salt seasoning? I can just go buy and,
here's where I think that their marketing missed a little bit. If you're gonna do a Happy Meal like that, or a grown folks meal, do like a sauce too. Do like a Grinch sauce. You got the salt, you got the sauce. You can even do
a verde, like a salsa verde,
something. And then you could even do something with Sprite and make it like a Grinch drink or something, or a Grinch McFlurry. But their ice cream machines are always down.
Neon relish sauce.
Anything that'll turn your poop different colors.
Oh yeah, I already pulled that comment up while you were gone.
Okay.
All right. So I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll try. I'll see if anything out here in the brook has
In the brook? Is that a thing?
No.
Okay. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I had no idea that had a name in the brook. All right.
All right, we're gonna look at Dougie's cock in a minute, but before we do that, let's play an ad.
1,000 views.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
Big ones, small ones, tall ones, cold ones, shake and stir, they're never old ones. It's time to rate my cocks. Line them up and take your shot. Sweet or sour on the rocks. It's time to rate my cock.
Yeah. All right. So we're actually, Dougie, you came back. You were, you did a whole bunch of your drinks on the cruise. We're gonna actually have our buddy Chirizi come on, in the near future too, because me and him had some tasty ones recently. So maybe more towards Christmas we'll do some, because we did ours more holiday themed. So maybe we'll have some Christmas cocks. So, but Dougie, you had a whole lineup here. You had an orgy of them. So what do you got?
Yeah, I brought back a lot of Caribbean cocks for you guys to view.
All right.
So we're gonna rip through some of these bad boys. I'm excited. All right, so this was the first one. This thing was a spicy jalapeno watermelon margarita made with a house-made version of Tajín. So this was not traditional Tajín. It was like their own.
Tajín. We are. This is an all-time day of pronunciations here.
Yes. Okay, so we got no chub, half chub, 3/4 chub, full chub. This is full chub. Watermelon jalapeno, homemade Tajín. I'm in.
Same. It's full chub for sure. The homemade Tajín is like Tajín. You could buy tubs of that thing for like $5.99. You don't have to home make it. Just get the regular Tajín.
It was just a little different. It had a little bit more, Tajín's got that like little zip to it. This had more of a spice to it.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
So yeah.
It looks great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, give us
okay. Just looks great. Half chub. Oh. It was a little too sweet. So it was a little bit more sweet than spicy. So trust me, I was waiting for the little like jalapeno kick. my fear is that they just tossed the jalapenos in there and didn't like shake
Infuse
it.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a half chub. It was still a damn tasty drink. By the time I got to the end of it, I was starting to get a little bit of the spice, but it was nothing crazy. So it was more of a sweet drink,
Now,
unfortunately.
I will say now I'm inspecting this picture like how the normal internet weirdos inspect any picture, like of your house and comment on it. Is that your beer in the back as well?
Yeah.
Are you doing like
I'm
a
on
side?
vacation, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I got this thing on vacation. You got two hands, you got two drinks. So
No, I like doing that move too because it's like you don't know if the cocktail is going to be good, but like if it does, it's not great. I still got my beer, trusty beer.
the other thing is too, and I'm not trying to sound like an alcoholic or anything, but like,
Anyway, I mean, it's a cocktail segment.
Yeah, right. Sometimes the cocktails just don't get to the table fast enough.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, and when you're waiting, that nothing's more of a buzzkill than when you're waiting in between drinks for another drink. So I like to have a little backup, but yeah.
Nice.
I dig it. Ooh, what is this?
All right, so this was actually on the ship. So this was a barrel aged whiskey press or a whiskey orchard press. So they were barrel aging their own whiskey. In this ingredients is apple, cinnamon, lemon, ginger, and a spiced tea bitters. So kind of almost a play on an infold.
Yeah. I'm fucking hard just thinking about that. That's full chub.
I got no chub on this, and I'll tell you why. I'm familiar with these mini barrels. It's hard to barrel age your own whiskey and not fuck it up. And if you're doing this on a cruise ship, I'd be hard pressed to figure out if that whiskey's any good or not. It's probably just fucking.
But maybe it's like the Jefferson's Oceans, and it just
nah. I'm not falling for that. So unfortunately, I'm going no chub.
Peter, you called it. It was not good.
You can't.
It was, and it was 100%. So after I tried the cocktail, I tried the barrel aged whiskey just straight. It was the whiskey 100% that made the cocktail bad. I had him go ahead and make it with a Buffalo Trace and not that. The cocktail itself, a solid 1/2 to 3/4 chub. But it was straight up the whiskey in those small barrels, garbage.
What people don't realize is those mini barrels, like the whiskey is coming in such more contact with wood. You only need to barrel age those little things for like a month tops. Sometimes even like 2 weeks is good enough. Like, and people think you're just like making normal whiskey. I'm like, no, it's much different.
The other thing that I tasted a lot when I tasted it just straight up was just a straight up wood taste. So it wasn't like, I'm assuming that like the inside wasn't as treated as well, and it was just
charred.
Yeah. So sorry to disappoint you.
Tune into the Baloney Show for more tips on how to bootleg.
like Homer Simpson in the bathtub or boiler or whatever he was doing.
All right. So this next one is called the Cucumber Cool. Jesus. Wheatland vodka, St. elderflower liqueur, lime, and cucumber pulp.
Oh man, the pulp. I'm not a pulp guy, but I like the other ingredients, so I'm gonna go 3/4 on that one. Pulp is bad.
I'm going half chub. I'm a cucumber slut. I like a good the pepino Gatorade or just any type of cucumber. I don't know how much that all of those like flour things, like it might make them too herbal of a drink, especially with vodka, which is like a neutral spirit. So half chub. I could see it being refreshing, but just not up my speed.
100% full chub.
Wow.
And I will tell you, this was my favorite drink on the cruise ship. I should have saved this one for last in the slideshow. This was my favorite drink on the cruise ship. Yeah, it was the cucumber Gatorade 100% with a little splash of vodka. I didn't get much of the elderflower liqueur at all. Yeah, dude, this thing was so damn refreshing. They had a little cocktail bar downstairs that it was perfect for after a day out in the sun, having a couple of those before you went to dinner.
I like it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right. So this was also at that cocktail bar. This one was called the Watermelon Twist, 100% agave tequila, house-made chili liqueur, watermelon rind. Can't remember how to pronounce that. Cordial, maybe. And then a chili pepper flake rim.
Yeah. I'm in for all of that.
Okay.
Watermelon, tequila, chili pepper, in.
Yep.
Full chop.
This is everything I hoped the first one was. This thing was amazing. This was a full chub. It was great. It had just layers of heat, layers of watermelon. It was just perfectly balanced.
Sweet and spicy.
Very good.
Fucks, man. Whenever you get like a good watermelon with a good amount of spice, that's good.
Yeah. That thing was unbelievable. And the chili pepper rim, my God, man. It was one of those deals to where like you kept going to it and it was going to burn you a little bit, but like it just
You didn't care.
Didn't care, man. Yeah, it was good. This next one's just for Jer. It was a Guinness, but it was also a Guinness straight from the homeland. So they had just gotten a bunch of them in from Ireland. I guess ships were crossing. They passed off a pallet of Guinness, and so I was drinking Guinness from Ireland.
That head is very nice on that one, man.
Oh, dude,
good head on that cock.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So that shout out to Jer.
Yeah, you can see it's got 440 milliliter on there. Like that's got the European branded on there.
Yeah, and then it says all that good stuff like 18 or older.
I don't fuck with Guinness enough. I mean, we had about 15 of them when we did Jer's St. Patrick's Day party, which was fantastic. That was like the last time I had Guinness. We went to the Guinness brew pub and I did a black and tan. I'm a huge black and tan guy.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'll fuck with a good Guinness every once in a while. Julie likes Guinness. Julie's like the only beer she'll drink is Guinness.
Okay. Yeah, like dude, like it's just like the Modelo the Gold Tops. Like whenever you have like the legit thing, it just tastes just a little bit better. So
Joey P says reminds me of Gold Top Modelo.
Yeah. Had a few of those.
Hey.
Oh no, we're getting naked, Dougie, now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gold Tops.
So free nips. We were on this island in Grand Cayman, and this pirate ship bar just rolled in. So they do two things. They make these cinnamon toast crunch mudslides, and they make wings. That's all they do.
Wait, wings?
Wings.
Like chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken wings and mudslides. That's a business model that's not going to fail.
Dude.
I mean, good thing you're in the ocean because I'm going to shit my pants drinking mudslides and eating chicken wings. Holy shit.
But yeah, dude, the water was so clear you can't shit your pants in this water. but yeah, so the drink that we had or whatever was it was a French toast crunch mudslide. So
half chub on that. I don't think it's too sweet for me. I don't usually do my desserty cocktail drinks unless it's like an espresso martini or chocolate martini.
Yeah. This was like a 3/4 chub for me. It was very boozy. So if you've learned anything from going like to the islands and stuff like that, the mixers cost a lot more than the actual booze. So they loaded up with the booze. So this thing was boozy as hell. It was good. It was a banger. But it melted real fast in the heat. So
I will say, not the rain on your parade, Dougie, but we've lost 3 viewers since we did the tarps off picture.
I was hoping that would get the 1,000 up, but I guess
we're going the opposite.
It's going the opposite, man. So, oh well, I tried.
Worth the effort, valiant effort.
Thank you. All right, so this one is a croissant Mai Tai.
Ooh,
which I didn't even know existed, but croissant liqueur. Did you know croissant liqueur was a thing?
I did not.
Did not know either. So croissant liqueur, lime juice, toasted almond liqueur topped with toasted almonds and what was it? Contro.
I'm going 3/4 on that one.
Seems gimmicky. No chub.
Yeah.
It was a solid half chub, moving to 3/4 chub. For me, it was a little too buttery. The croissant really came through. So,
Croissant twitch.
Just wasn't my thing.
Great comment. This is an old fashioned.
It is not an old fashioned. This is called the Prima Donna. It is a rum old fashioned. So I guess it is an old fashioned. Yeah, rum old fashioned. So house made banana peel syrup, rum obviously, water, walnut bitters, and orange twist.
I'll fuck with that. Yeah, I'll give me a full chub. I'm a rum guy. I like the walnut bitters, so yeah, I can actually make that at home. I got walnut bitters in the bar. I got spiced rum. I don't have. I think I got banana liqueur. It's not the fancy homemade stuff, but I can whip this up and see if I can size it up properly.
Yeah. I don't mind rum, and I don't mind a rum old fashioned, but I would much rather have a whiskey old fashioned. So half chub.
This was 3/4 to almost a full chub. It was good. I was a little worried that the banana peel syrup was going to be a little overpowering. It was more of the flavor than the sweetness. So everything kind of complemented, and that orange twist just kind of popped everything off, as it does with an old fashioned too. So 3/4 to almost full chub. Awesome.
Okay. I'm gonna try making this just without the banana peel. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, this one was weird.
This looks like shit. I'm gonna be honest.
It looks like someone just like put like curry powder on or like turmeric on top of that drink.
It looks like it's separating, like when you leave like a milk out in the sun or something.
All right. So this one is the pineapple surplus, tequila, passion fruit liqueur, watermelon or not watermelon, pineapple juice, separated. So I guess that they figure out a way to separate it to a clear.
Okay.
There's some
like
process where it clarifies
like
it,
a
I guess.
fat wash or like what do you call it?
Almost. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they clarify it. And then shout out Jason, turmeric honey. And that's where you get the turmeric head.
That's gotta be weird. Like, I know like you can like have like a teaspoon of turmeric, or you can take like turmeric supplements and everything. But having that like mix in a drink seems fucking weird. Like, I don't know, man. Like that might make me turtle.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
No chub. It was a half chub. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't. The turmeric honey had a really weird counterbalance with the pineapple that just
did you have like a straw, or was it like did you sip it?
No, I had a straw. I just didn't
put it in there because I wanted figured you guys would take points off if it had a straw in it.
But yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a weird combination of turmeric and pineapple. It kind of played almost like an Indian dish,
Okay.
It played. All right. So this one, excuse me, but I don't have the name of it. But this was a vodka, lime juice, pineapple syrup, and ginger beer.
Pineapple syrup. It's gonna be super. It's gonna be super sweet. Is it passion fruit?
Yeah, passion fruit.
Yeah, passion fruit, pineapple syrup. That thing's gonna be way too fucking sweet. That's no chub for me.
I don't mind a mule every once in a while. I think of like the ginger beer aspect to that. Half chub.
Yeah, this was a half chub. The ginger beer really saved it. Otherwise, you were right, Jay. It was kind of sweet, but the ginger beer gave it that little bit of an edge that made it tolerable to take down. So half chub.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a couple more left.
Yep. All right. This one was called the Bananarama. This was banana rum, banana concentrate, banana bitters with vanilla bean.
Yeah, I think that's too much banana for me. I'm out.
You know what? I like getting weird with this kind of stuff. I might be the only guy that likes the banana Laffy Taffies. I like that like artificial banana flavoring that like is like plasticky to some people.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like this. I think I'm intrigued, so I'm going full chub.
I hate banana Laffy Taffy because of that aspect, but this thing did not have any artificial banana flavoring to it. This thing was full chub. This thing was awesome.
All right.
This was my second favorite cocktail from this bar. It had that. It was a very dessert finish. You know, like you're not going to drink a ton of these things, you know, one after another, like you could with the cucumber. This thing was kind of like one of those, hey, you know, I don't want dessert, but I want something sweet. Take that down at the end of the night. Perfect. It was awesome.
I'd like to try that. Jason, can you make me this?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Too much. I don't have enough banana in the house.
All right, so these are the last two cocks of the night. These were both at the Hibachi Grill. They're both sake cocks.
They're small.
Yeah. So so the first one that you see with the mint is sake, cucumber, lime, lemon, and simple syrup.
I love all of this.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's moved.
That sounds everything you said sounds awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing fucked. This thing was really good. And the problem is the only place that you can get it was at the Hibachi Grill, and they didn't have a bar. So the only way you could get this cocktail was to be there eating dinner, which sucked.
No shit.
Yeah, because I would have had a lot more of those. That was delicious, man. Very good, very good. Full chub on that one. And this last one was called the Wasabi Cocktail. Sake, lychee. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, lychee.
Lychee liqueur, lemon, splash of fresh squeezed orange juice, and grenadine.
I love a lychee martini.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually got one the other weekend when I was at Tao clubbing. So yeah, sign me up for the lychee martini. Give me that full chub.
I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what a lychee. No chub.
It's like a Japanese melon.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's like a Japanese melon, kind of peachish,
Honey,
almost.
like a a honeydew melon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing fucked too. This was a full chub as well. I kept going the entire meal. I was like a pianist. Yep. So yeah, they were both two delicious cocktails, which I was very disappointed that was the only place that you can get those. So, but yeah, so that's a wrap on my Caribbean cocks.
Squirtzilla's in the comments saying, "Are y'all talking football? What the fuck is this shit?" We talked football for an hour at the beginning of the show. I appreciate you hopping in the comments. Maybe scroll back an hour. We talked Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, and all that stuff. We're talking cocktails now, and we're about to bum some people. Enjoy the ride, baby.
It is with the bums, Peter.
Squirtzilla, though, I like that name.
Yeah.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby!
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bums and MVBs. First up is Missy Bum, the adult cousins. I think she meant to say very. Damn Gen
Very
Z.
adult cousins. Yeah, very adult.
Damn Gen Zers. Can't type out anything nowadays. Too lazy to type out ERY. Adult cousins dunking on kids in pool basketball while their parents told them to stop. Bum the parents, fuck them kids. You know what? I like that. I actually like that. You know, MVP the cousins. MVP and Judy, who won in pool musical chairs. The crowd went wild for her pulling a chair out from an 8-year-old. What the fuck is wrong with us? Yes. Gotta teach these 8-year-olds defeat early in life.
You play to win the game.
Yeah. No trophies.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got, hold on a second. Gotta get this with it. Are you all happy to lose like the other Bears podcast? It's disgusting. I am not happy to lose. We are.
No moral victories. The title of this show is No More Victories, even though they played well on Sunday. They got to beat them in 2 weeks. That's what we're talking about. 2 weeks. You got to win.
Yep. Joey B, Bum of the Week, Chicago White Sox, Bulls, pretty empty for a Friday night. This team is quickly becoming all-time bad. Counter, MVB the fans for not giving money to the fucking Bulls for putting out a bad product in the field. So many years went by, Bulls fans just showing up, giving the Reinsdorfs money. So I'm happy that the Bulls fans are not going to games, and as they should not be until changes get made.
Also, I love my hermano Joey P, but saying that this team is quickly becoming all-time bad, they've been all-time bad for the better part of 2 decades. They haven't been good this century.
Yeah. His MVP, Peter's favorite shrimp tacos from Taquito, Chicago. Those look fucking phenomenal.
Sometimes, especially with tacos, you just got to keep things simple. Keep it simple, stupid. These shrimp tacos are so goddamn good. It's just grilled shrimp, cebolla, cilantro. Fucking awesome. Would recommend. Taquito, Chicago.
I got to try them out.
Well, they should sponsor us.
Yeah.
Angie, MVB, Christian Brothers Eggnog. Drunk eggnog can be fun sometimes, especially for watching your aunt and grandma get. I fuck with the drunk eggnog. I fuck with the brandy. Yeah.
I love eggnog. Yeah.
I never really fucked with it. I think I've had it once or twice, but I never really dove head first with the eggnog.
Gotta go balls deep, my man.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the fireball eggnog?
They made one?
Yeah. It's actually really good.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, we got to try it.
I have to live review it.
Okay.
Bum of the week. This hurts my heart so much, but my Blackhawks. Dougie, I forgot your hockey minute. Go. You want your hockey minute?
Yeah, Blackhawks suck.
Yeah, you need less than a minute. They stink.
No,
they've been stinking.
Yeah, you know what? They when I was on vacation, they started off playing really decent against some decent teams, taking the Golden Knights to the shootout, everything like that. They were doing pretty solid. But then the last 2 showings that they've had has just been absolutely piss poor. So I have no idea what they're doing. I was actually going to use my minute of hockey to talk about the Olympics a little bit here. Yeah, that arena is still not built, and it's not going to be built.
I tweeted it out.
Yeah,
it's smaller too. It's smaller than NHL.
Yeah, and they made a stance today saying that if the NHL players don't feel safe, that they will not compete. So there is a good chance. I don't want to say a good chance. There is a small chance that all this hype could be for naught.
Yeah, I saw that too, because usually like Olympic hockey rinks are like 15 feet wider than a normal NHL rink. So you're making it actually smaller in NHL. You're going to have a lot more physical contact.
Might be good for Team USA.
Yeah, but you're also going to have a lot of speed and not being able to slow down too. So that could be a little interesting. So player safety first over everything. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but I'll talk more about the Olympics next week.
All right, I'm on board with that. JT MVB, us. We're talking us Bears fans through highs and lows of the Bears season. Thank you. We're here for that. And Bum of the Week, Pete Carroll, C. Stu President. Why? Yeah, I heard about that. Also, fantasy managers not setting lineups late in season and creating unfair advantages, lazy or collusion. You know what? I might have to bum Prez for leaving Drake London in his lineup.
I was going to whoop the fuck out of Prez anyway.
I needed Dougie to lose, so I had a chance for a playoff run, and then Prez just sits Drake London when he's out and just wheeled you into the playoffs. So congrats, Dougie.
I beat Prez by 46 or 45. And if he would have plugged, he has no other players that scored more than 3 points on his bench. So it's all good.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Sidney Brown, Bum of the Week. The last play of the game for the Bears, the Bulls losing streak, Notre Dame for opting out of a bowl game after not being selected to the college football playoffs, and no 7 p.m. start time for White Sox home games in 2026. Wait, that breaking news? Like I didn't hear that. No 7 p.m. start times for next year? What the heck, man? I hate those. I hated those 6:40 start times.
6:40 start
I know.
times.
We were
I
opposite.
hate it.
I know. Yeah, help those 7 o'clock, like 7:07 start times. Help me get to the stadium.
That extra 30 minutes is critical sometimes, man. Because sometimes you're getting to the park at 6:30 with
especially
traffic
like on a Friday.
Yeah, and you're scrambling to get through security and run to go get your beers and be there before first pitch.
That's it. Like this team of security doesn't get shit done fast enough to get you into a 6:40 game.
No, 7:10 starts during the summer, man. You know, fuck.
Especially like, I guess it says no 7 p.m. starts. I like a late weeknight. Jesus, weekend start. My brain is fried.
Yeah, no. After I saw his comment, I went and looked. There are 0. Everything Wednesdays, all 6:40.
King S MVP, the 4th annual potato party. Sick invite, bro. Bum of the week: Bears, Bulls, Hawks.
Bears.
Yeah, they all suck. Jeff Bartlett, bum. Kyler Gordon's groin. Yeah. No, Chicago again with more lower body,
soft tissue injuries,
weak legs. Bum of the week, number 2 for me, MLB Network for bringing in Rick Hahn again. Nobody wants to listen to him. Just his stupid ass lawyer speak. Get out of here.
That motherfucker's been on TV way too much.
That's the whole thing. How do you become like a professional analyst after you get fired from a job? You know,
that's the same thing I keep saying about fucking Wannstedt being on the score. No one wants to fucking listen to Wannstedt. He was a piss poor coach. Okay, you won the Super Bowls in Dallas fucking 40 years ago. Good for you, cocksucker. But you were a shit ass Bears coach. No one wants to hear your shitty ass fucking football takes anymore. Get out of Chicago.
He's got a mustache and he's got the accent. That's the only reason they're keeping him on.
Fuck him, man. Get the old guard out of here. Mailman Jack, MVP, winter meetings coverage on MLB Network. Call me a weirdo. I love this stuff. You are a weirdo. I'm in the background with the Chicago Sports Bums, of course. Okay, I recheck my statement. You're good. Bum of the week. Every able-bodied person that didn't clear yesterday's snow, now ice. Karma's a bitch. Gotta plow after it drops.
Shovel your sidewalks, people.
That's true.
I spent my whole afternoon after I got home from the airport.
You got a good amount of snow.
Dude, you should see the roof of my car. I'm going to be one of those assholes on the way to work tomorrow. It's fucking like 18 inches high.
All right, let's get to our bums and MVBs. I'm going to kick us off. My first bum of the week. I'm sorry. I'm going to start with my MVBs. My first MVB is everyone who listens. Spotify did their rap, and people were tagging us and showing where we ranked in their podcast list and their top 5. So, to all those who listen to us and have us in your top 5, your top 10, top 8, MySpace, thank you. We appreciate you all. Make us top 3, number 1 next year. We love you all and doing the best we can to entertain you. So, MVB to everyone who enjoys us. I got 2 bums of the week here. First one is Fannie Mae. Peter, your daughter was doing a fundraiser for Fannie Mae, and I'm like, yes, we will buy some candy. So you stopped by her day, you dropped off the candy, and I got real excited to eat some of this until I opened the box. One's missing. And I immediately text you, Peter. I said, where the hell's my candy?
No.
Fonseca attacks.
You didn't say, where's my candy? You text me, did you eat one on the way?
This is great.
Yeah. I cannot believe I got shorted a fucking piece of candy, man. There's a whole gap in there. I want the 15.
One goes to the benefit.
Recession, man. Times are tough.
Bum of the week, Fannie Mae, for shorting me on fundraiser candy, man.
Dude, you gotta tag them on social media.
Then I'm gonna get called a Karen and shit. Like, you know,
it's what we're hoping for.
They don't need that extra. Okay, second bum of the week. I know we don't. It's kind of faux pas to bum dead people, but I gotta bum this dead person, George Halas, Papa Bear. Our friends at Windy City Sports Cards. He asked, "Hey Grok, would the Green Bay Packers exist today without the help of George Halas?" And Grok replies, "George Halas was crucial to the Packers' survival. He helped reinstate them in the NFL in 1922 after a ban, arranged revenue-boosting games in the 20s and 30s, and in 1956 spoke out at a rally to fund what became Lambeau Field, preventing relocation. Without his support, they likely wouldn't exist today." And I did not know this history until I saw this, and I have to say to George Halas, wherever you're listening from beyond the realm, fuck you. When you have a chance to eliminate your opponent, you got your foot on the throat. You don't let up. You finish the job. You don't fucking let them up and give you a chance to come back and murder you and give you misery for 40 years. No, you end them. Like, this is egregious that all of our misery is because the founder of the NFL and Bears and all this shit is the cause of our misery.
I will say I might have to defend George Halas because in his time, Bears versus Packers was like the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Washington Generals. He probably never would have expected for it to turn the way it did. Like, he used to beat up on the Packers every year. He's probably like, you know what? This team's so easy. Let me give you a couple, $2-3 to fund you. So I can just keep beating you up. It's like buying in the Avengers or in Captain America, with Captain America just keeps getting those punching bags because that's basically George Halas with the Packers.
Vince McMahon bringing in a jobber.
Yeah.
All right.
Things have changed.
So my question for you guys is, if the Packers didn't exist in our lifetime, who do you think would be our biggest rival then?
Detroit, maybe?
No, it's probably the Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings have had a little bit more success than the Lions. I mean, obviously, of late, the Lions have been good the last 3 years or so.
Yeah.
But, historically, the Lions have been not great. And, I mean, the Vikings were good in the 70s, but...
Well, I got to look up where they were going to be relocated to, because... maybe that would have been far away.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'd probably have another team in our division too.
Yeah. You know what? Now that we're looking back at it, I mean, we're talking about 1922, 1930s. If it wasn't like the Green Bay Packers, it would have been like the Sheboygan Cheese Wheels. It wouldn't have changed. It still would have been something.
Yeah. Hey, do you think Papa Halas was the one behind those really shitty jerseys from like the 30s that everybody makes fun of?
Yeah. Like we can't afford jerseys. Papa Halas goes and buys those brown shit stained pants.
Yeah,
here you go,
right.
guys.
Well, it says he arranged revenue boosting games in the 20s and 30s. They needed the fundraiser for the jerseys. So, bum of the week, George Halas.
That's a good one.
All right, Dougie, what do you got?
So, MVB, I just want to give a quick MVB out to, as I said earlier, all the snowplow truck drivers. I like to, give my people some props or whatever. So, I wanted to give them some props. Obviously, people like Mailman Jack too. Anybody has to deal with the weather. Shout out to them, MVBs. Would also like to give a quick little MVB out to my family for tolerating me for that time on vacation. So, that was awesome. No, you let loose a little bit on vacation, so you have some fun. So, it was a good time. Always good to recharge the batteries. Bum of the week is going out to Southwest. Southwest is on what I consider a very fast decline. They're really turning into like Spirit and Frontier Airlines. Their customer service is terrible. So when we went to O'Hare to leave for the trip on Black Friday, they had 2 people working the counter. We got to the airport 2 hours before our flight left. We made it to the terminal because of them 15 minutes before boarding.
Damn.
Yeah. TSA, we flew right through.
Was this because you were trying to print out your paper tickets, Dougie?
I printed out my paper checks like that, baby. No, they didn't. It was a bag drop. The bag drop. They had 2 people and they were working like it was crazy. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's just the day after Thanksgiving. People are sick of their families. See you later. You know, it happened today again in Florida. They had 3 people with all the Disney crowds leaving, Disney or whatever in Orlando. I don't know what's going on. I talked to the lady at the counter and she's like, they're just understaffing us now. I'm like, I had a little brief conversation with her because I didn't want to hold her up because there was a huge line behind us, in front of us. And I asked her, I'm like, well, now that you guys are charging for bags, because they charge for bags now, why are they understaffing? They should be making more money now because they weren't charging for bags before. I don't know if you guys have looked at the rates lately. They're not good rates. They used to have good rates and free bags. Now they don't have terrible rates and you pay for bags. And then starting next month in January, you got to pay for your seats. So, yeah.
The new CEO, man, he took over and just wanted to make it a revenue scam. And
yeah, but it's really the customer service is turning up shit. And yeah, it's just going downhill fast or whatever, which sucks because that used to be a little gem for us, middle of the road people, you know what I mean? Like it was a nice little airlines that I think had a unique little niche, thing going for them, and they suck.
Yep.
So, cancel your credit cards now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, so, Peter, take us home.
All right, MVP. I'm gonna give a quick MVP to my wife, Julie. I've been sick. I think I mentioned it like 15 times on the show, but I felt like crap. We got 2 kids. You usually can't take sick days as a parent, but she's working. She works from home, but like she's like, go get better. I spent all day in bed. She took him to school. Usually I'll take him to school, pick up Landon and stuff like that. She took the reins, so I appreciate that. All I had to do was show up to a podcast for 2 hours, which was nice. So thank you to Julie. I'm gonna go right back into bed as soon as this is over. But that being said, so MVP Julie, I feel sick physically, but also Notre Dame fans and Notre Dame in general are fucking ruining my weekend. All I did, I snowplowed all fucking day Sunday morning to get ready for the Bears game. All I cared about was like finishing up before the Bears game, getting my shit together and watching the game. I go online pregame, vibes are high, Bears Packers, we're on a win streak, let's get going. All these mopey ass, sad sack, loser ass Notre Dame fans fucking complaining about not getting into a playoff when you fucking, I knew this was going to happen. We said this was going to happen. I don't care how many, whatever the NCAA does, what it used to be 2 teams and then it's 4 teams and now 8 teams or 12 teams. Like, so next year you make it 16 teams. And if they don't make it in the first 16, you're going to complain that, oh, we should have been 16 instead of 17. Win more games. Fuck you. Join a conference. Like this is, and the thing that like pisses me off about Notre Dame fans in particular, like their argument, like, oh, if we join a conference, look at what happened to Duke. Duke fucking sucked, and you know that. Yeah, they won their conference tournament. That doesn't matter. Join a conference, join the big boys, do something, but you can't go around thinking you're the cock of the walk, and then all of a sudden you get fucking shafted and complain. It ruined my fucking Sunday afternoon. All I want to do is talk Bears, Packers, and talk a little shit to some Packers fans and, get the vibes up, do a couple memes. And these fucking mopey, it looked like fucking, like, what's that fucking gif of the kid from Arrested Development with the fucking, just like walking with this fucking jacket, all sad. Nobody gives a fuck about your team. And now then after that, they're like, well, we're not going to play in any bowl games as a protest. That's like fucking taking your ball and going home. You fucking losers. Like, that's the kid that gets picked on in at the park. And he's like, oh, I'm telling my dad and I'm taking my ball and going home. Losers, all of them. Notre Dame fans stink, man. They're insufferable. Fuck you guys.
Oh, dude. Thank you.
We just gained like a dozen followers during your rant, Peter. So we might have to turn this into an anti Notre Dame.
I'll run it back at the Baloney Show.
Dude, I've been a long old school Notre Dame hater. I just don't like them, man. But dude, yeah, it was unbelievable how quickly they just started blaming everybody. They started blaming what was it, the ACC for?
Yeah. They said that irreparable damage. The ACC did irreparable damage to their relationship.
Yeah.
Losers.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, Peter, what's coming up this Wednesday in the Baloney Show?
Wednesday, I got our drunk uncle Beefloaf. We're going to talk about the Festivus show that's on Thursday, how he and the rest of the 108 guys built that lineup. He's got a bunch of big name guests, so I was intrigued to talk to him about that. I got some more like content creating questions for him. And then, join us. It'll be live. This is the first time I'm doing a live interview for the Baloney Show. The first two were pre-taped. So I'm hoping everybody in the comments, hops along. It'll be a fun ride. So Wednesday night, 8 p.m. with our Uncle Beef.
All right, just close on a good note here. From Patricia, just had our first follow with you. I'm a fan. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Enjoy the ride. Hopefully next year we'll see you in the Spotify Wrapped. We'll see us in the top there. All right. That is our show. Thanks everyone who joined us, who commented, who super chatted. We appreciate you all. Join Baloney on Wednesday. And don't forget, our watch party at the Ramova Theater is December 20th. Bears versus Packers. So make sure you get your tickets. $10 at the door, get you a free beer and all the fun stuff that's going to come along with the watch party. So thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bear down. See you next week.
Bear down, baby.